Top of the day, y'all. It's your boy Big Singleton Beats, man, coming to you today on the subject of black unity. Man, I wanted to get you guys, man, or see if you guys are feeling me right now on this particular day and time that we are in. That is something bigger than us that's bound to come up, it's bound to happen, it's bound to come, So, I'm urging our brothers, to more so start getting ready and prepared to become one. Get away from all this separation and segregation. If blue is your favorite color, fine. Red is your favorite color, fine. Accept each other, move on. You know what I mean? Prepare each other for something bigger. We can grow and grab ideas from each other. A lot of you get falsely, out here going and doing, you're involved in the war that you have no idea of how it was started or what's the reason or the cause of, and what you're doing, what you're doing your thing for. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, it shouldn't be a question of why I should go and holler at the next, or have you got relatives and cousins and the whole nine anyway from other sets and whatnot. And if you ain't feuding with them, you know what I'm saying, then you can go without feuding with the next fella. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't talking to no square in the street. You know what I mean? And nothing like that. You can come with the ammo you want on it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't seen it done at all. You know what I mean? And everybody hurts, man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to talking on that subject, your side, my side, don't matter. Pain is pain, you know what I mean? But it's all started behind a misunderstanding and, someone other than us taking it further than it was supposed to be taken. You know what I mean? Gangs were, well, it was, what you considered gangs at the time. They were more so community representatives, you know what I mean, for neighborhoods, that encountered, being robbed, molested, raped, or even police brutality, you know what I'm saying, for that reason, like we had the Black Panthers and so many others, that had formed on that same basis. So, you know, though as you see, it's been taken the wrong way. It's going out of hand, you know what I mean? So, anyway, my whole thing is just trying to, wake y'all up. Hope that you're paying attention to what's going on in the world right now. You never know where we may be. If we can get along in the prison system, we definitely can do it out here in these streets, you know what I'm saying? And it's been done. Whenever there's racial conflict, or we always come together. We can look past the small stuff, which is the gang banging and the colors and all that whatnot. You know, as when Nipsey passed, as many people that loved him from all types of parts of the world, from all parts of life. You know what I mean? Whether it been blood or crip, he was loved by many. And if y'all blinded, I know y'all wasn't blind to that. I'm not gonna even say if. I know you wasn't blind to it. You know what I'm saying? And you can accept that and see that, man. It's not as deep as we try to make it seem. Because like I say, a lot of it is brainwash, man. Period. Point blank, it's a brainwash. You come in the game, you know what I'm saying. Many years after the main situation that started, the reason of has started. Now you are in here moving on. Somebody else's energy, bruh. You know what I mean? That's all you doing until something runs your way. Now you got a reason to have a hate or have a dislike for a certain sector. But when you first came on board, you didn't know nothing about the other side, or you didn't have no beef with the other side, or nobody knew you. You know what I'm saying? Until you made a name for yourself, until you crossed that certain street or whatever, and you got pressed. You know what I'm saying? So now you got a dislike now. You know what I mean? It's all a brainwash and acceptance when I want to and when I don't want to. You know what I mean? If we can turn it off and on like that, then turn the shit off, bro. Stop playing. Because you're being fake, man. We all being fake, bro. You know what I'm saying? Turn it on, turn it off. You know, if we can do that when it comes to our families, friends, people that some of us even got friends, you know, crip or be blood from opposite sides, you know what I'm saying? And we still somehow could make it function. So you can get past all the small stuff, the words, everything, and coexist, become a whole. I mean, Africa, we have many tribes, but we get along though. You know what I'm saying? You know, we get along. That's what we're supposed to do. You know what I mean? During slavery, we got along. There was no way to be able to plan an escape like that. You know what I mean? Without all of us being able to get along and foresee the same dream. You know what I mean? But so many people want to be the one, the master, one ahead, or you know, or want the credit. You see, and got to get away from that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, there was a time, you know, said we loved each other, man. You know, we were all we had. How did we get this far from it? You know what I mean? And it's just bull. You know what I mean? Because at certain times you can get rid of it, you can let it go, and sometimes, you know, somebody else starts to fire up, you know, and next you know you got to throw your log on it. You know what I mean? And that's just how it constantly keep, you know, revolving. You know what I mean? It's sad though. You know when you really, really deeply think about it, it's the biggest mind. I'm trying not to use curse words, but man, it's a mental, you know, jog for sure. You know what I mean? It's something that really rattles the brain for me. You know, and I got caught up in that brainwash, man. You know, I see another color, I see that person in another color. You know what I mean? I'm mean mugging the whole nine. You know, got something to say to you. You know what I'm saying? No problem. You know, get out, ride, whatever. No problem. But at the end of the day, dude, I don't really know what started that whole original beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, or did they even carry it on as far themselves? You know what I'm saying? Did they dead it and end it and become friends, you know, at some point? And, you know, just because, you know, fists and hands were thrown, did we continued on with the madness or do we regenerate it? What is going on? You know what I mean? So, again, like I say, if we can get along with each other in prison, you know what I'm saying, to some degree, we can do the same thing out here on these streets. And we've done it in a lot of instances. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be riots, whether it be some injustice for a black person being killed. You know what I mean? We do that. We stand up. You know, and then as days pass, somehow we allow the small things, you know, to cause a great fire again. You know, and under everybody want to claim being a man, you know, or being a woman when they reach this age, 21, 18, whatever the case, you know. But really, when you become a man or a woman, sacrifice doesn't become an issue. Uh, Doing things for the greater doesn't become an issue, you know. But we don't see that until we start having children, and y'all gonna have children. You young guys, you young women that's out there today, you gonna have children. You gonna see yourself pumping the brakes. You know what I'm saying? So why continue on? You know what I mean? When this is the same cycle that many of us continue to go through. Your mama went through it. My mama went through it. They mama went through it. You know, we've gotten so far from the love that we have for each other. Again, from slave times to the times of injustice to where we march with each other. You know, with Martin Luther King. You know, we've gotten so far from that love we had for each other. But when you go to Atlanta, Georgia, man, you know, this is the big wake up call, man. When I went to Atlanta, bro, I mean, I have to tell you, man, it was real emotional for me, my wife, her sister, and her husband, man. We didn't know where we were going at first, you know what I'm saying? We just knew, we know we was going where Martin Luther King's house was or whatever, but we didn't know what we were going to run into, you know. We was able to run into some black brothers that had actually walked and marched with him and got a chance to speak with him and get some in-depth details about some things that took place about that times, you know, with him in Birmingham, Alabama. And we standing in front of this house, man. I'm watching different nationalities approach this house, wondering, and I got this curiosity of this black man, you know, and we also feel like, you know, we're hated by so many, and it's not that true. That's not true. That is really not true. And if you could go there and stand there in front of his house, man, and see all the different people from all parts of the world that are in inquiry about what this man did as the next door neighbor that is still possibly living today, who knows, but he was at the time. His family was neighbors to Martin Luther King, and he owned the house still, and they had basically sold novelty items there, and you could also go and hear his speeches being played there on a record player, that was being played out loud so even the public can hear it. And it would draw you into this, novelty shop, and you go in, and I even got a few items, for pictures that were taken from him, while he was at the podium preaching, or I'm in different little shots of him, even of the house as well. We got that pinned up on the refrigerator. But I mean, we teared up, man. I mean, we cried, man. It was just so emotional. As we also went to the Black Historical Walk of Fame, standing in front of Gandhi and so many more, just realizing the sacrifice. They even had Rosa Parks' footprints down, and this was our own Hollywood Walk of Fame. You know what I mean? And like I say again, it was very emotional, man. It was cool, and every black person there, man, just, hey, what up, bro? How you doing, man? And they don't even know you, man. And the love and the hospitality was just so overwhelming and so surreal, bro. I couldn't believe what I was getting. And even we sitting up in Spondivics, and this is a restaurant. We having breakfast. We sitting right across from some black police officers. They sitting up, we talking about love and hip hop. We up here laughing, relating with them, and the whole nine. And none of that old uppity, none of that, nothing that made you feel uncomfortable. Basically, was there. You just say, you know, like this was just a normal thing. They used to dealing with the outside public and relating and chit chatting and talking and getting to know people in the neighborhood. You know what I mean, and not taking everybody to be the lower or the lesser of. You know what I mean? Firemen, all black, man. Go inside of Kroger's, the grocery store there, man. All the staff was black. Black general manager over at the Garden Hilton. What's that? The Hilton Garden Hotel. I think I'm saying that right. But yeah, general manager, man. You know what I mean? They got a picture laminated on a little plastic or whatnot, and got a picture up there. She was like what, 26 or 28 years of age, young, man, and that's something that you don't see from where we come from, Cali. The West Coast, really. We still are experiencing, tough times and that struggle. Trying to, get up there. Some are making it, you know what I mean. But it was just so unheard to me still at that time, and it really opened my eyes. I even wanted to move to Atlanta. Me and the wife, even her sister wanted to move down there. It remind you of Color Purple. It's so green, man, and it's beautiful though, man. It's a little humid, but anyway, man, the unity. Like I say, that's the whole base of today's title, man. Is Black Unity, man. I love it, man. I got a lot of people, man, I deal with from different parts of and different walks of life, man. I don't stay in a box because I learned staying in that box, man. You cut your blessings off. You know what I mean? You don't get a chance to really explore, see the maximum things that you can see in life. When you keep yourself in a box, man. And a lot of real ones will tell you, a lot of fake ones will bull with you. You know what I mean? Tell you, you ain't got to step out. But if you really want to go big, man, and be on some more adult level, man. It takes you having an international mind at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? If you really, really want to get it, and that's what I advise my youth. You know what I mean? Stay away from all that, silly part of the game, man. You know what I mean? Teaching people to get money, man, and how to even get it in the righteous way. You know what I'm saying? All of you, sit up, man. Invest your money in stocks. I mean, okay, everybody done some dirt, done some wrong. You know what I'm saying? Well, take that wrong money, man, and try to make it some right money. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all try to live long in the life, and that's where you mess up at, where you get caught up, go to jail. You end up having a like for the job, opposed to just having a like to get the money and get on it. You know what I mean? I'm here at 46. I'm able to tell you, it was all about getting it and getting on. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get a lot, sometimes you get a little. You know what I mean? But You got to have common sense to know that time or that door swinging while you doing that faulty, living that faulty life. That door swinging, homie. You know what I mean? And somebody watching that door. You know what I'm saying? And you'd be a fool to think that you got longevity. You know what I'm saying? Sitting like that, dog. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna last long. That's real talk. Any real person will tell you that. Even after they went to jail, they will really, really, truly agree. Like, bro, you know that was one thing that got a lot of people in trouble is thinking that a person's eye is blind to that or somebody ain't seeing that. They just ain't saying shit. Either because you cool with them, and they don't even know. You don't even know that's the person that really don't like the shit in their neighborhood. And who does really? Once you get once you get their age, you gonna be that same dude. That's and I'm happy I said it like that. A lot of us, man, we be mad at the neighbors, snitching and all that old shit. You know what I mean? And you know, but they had kids out there in the streets. You know what I'm saying? At the parks and the whole nine that they were in fear of and wanted to protect. You know what I'm saying? By any means necessary. And I never knew what that meant, bro. You know what I'm saying? And thank God I haven't had to go to that level, but I get it. I got children. You know what I mean? And so, when you get to that point, man, there's some things that you're just not going to go for. You know what I mean? There's some things you're going to have to understand a little better, and suck it up and move on. You know what I mean? hmm But yeah, man, I want us to come together, man. That's another reason. Like I said, that's the reason why I took the time to drop this. People talk to each other, man. Man, no matter where you're from, what walks of life you're from, what I'm saying? Get a chance to know your brother. You know what I mean? Don't let it have to be on that term of where you're from, like gang shit or none of that. You know what I mean? Let it be on the terms of just what part of the neck of woods, you know what I mean? How's it going on your side, man? What are y'all teaching your people, man? You know what I'm saying, to make them better. You know what I'm saying, to where we can probably grab some little bit of that advice. You know what I'm saying, and drop it on our young. You know what I'm saying? You know, get out there and start helping your old man. You know what I'm saying? Whether with groceries, whether it's with around the house, man. Make this gang shit different. Make it really mean something, man. You know what I mean? You know, I ain't talking about just no hood picnics, where only the homies go. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about block parties. Whole block involved. You know what I mean? They know you because you the boy, you the homie on the block, you know what I'm saying? You throw the parties. They ain't gotta know you for shooting up shit or killing somebody, and being in fear of, it's two different things. Fear and respect. It's two different things, man. You know, and the worst thing is to be feared of because somebody gonna want your head at the end of the day. Somebody gonna get tired of being feared of you. You know what I'm saying? Fear of you. Somebody wanna walk past that street, that house that one day. You know what I mean? They gonna get tired. And I always use this little snippet of Above the Rim with Marlon Wayans and Tupac. Tupac told him he was gonna kill him. You know what I mean? And you never let nobody know what you're gonna do. And that's where he made his mistake at. True. But people are not born killers. Most, are not born killers. I want to say really no one is. It's what you see in life. But he told that man he was gonna kill him. So he put the fear in him. That was the worst thing he could have ever did was put that fear in him. That fear in him that drawed courage. It was like, you know what? I got to get him before he get me, man. Forget that, And he found somebody with a little gun connect before he was able to get got, and walked up in that damn club and laid him out. You know what I mean? And that was a perfect example how people are turned into these people. You know what I'm saying? To where they can, do this and live this life. You know what I mean? somebody, they gave them a threat, say, hey man, I'm coming for you, and a lot of us, hey shit, we got our gun, got our tools or whatever, hey, and come across, you get to coming, hey, that's the end of it. But anyway, my whole thing is trying to get us from all of that, you know, realizing that we ain't doing nothing but helping ourselves become a smaller generation, smaller race, you know. If anyone ever decided to come at us, you know, we too busy, helping them, do the job. You know what I mean? To where when it does come, it won't be a lot to end it. You know what I mean? So, I hope that sticks with you. You know what I mean? You don't hear these things going on amongst a lot of communities, man. You know what I'm saying? Except the ones who been, the ones who had it the hardest. And that's a crazy psyche to have. We already the minority, but yet we gonna kill each other too to prove we bad. But in a way, it's cowardice. It's like having children and you know what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And you just sitting here puppeteering. You know what I mean? And you already know the outcome. Because of how you raising them and what you got around them. You know what I mean? It's nothing but death or jail. You know what I'm saying? If we continue living these certain lifestyles, so why not just go ahead and end it now when you know when you're going to get of age, you're going to want to stop it. Trust me, when you get to a certain point in your 30s and, late 30s and start getting to them 40s, man, a lot of things just don't matter no more. Now it's all about, man, making sure I see my kids reach a certain age, my grandkids. Like, I never thought I was gonna have no grandkids, bruh. You know, never thought I had as many kids as I had. Um, at 21, I was scared to see 21 because I didn't think I was gonna even make it to see 21. You know what I mean? A lot of us was moving fast out in the streets on a daily. And I'm out there with that dog food hustling, you know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing mass money coming fast, you know what I mean? So, you know, I dabbled in some other things, but that was the biggest money maker, man, that I fumbled across, and it was so scary, man. It was worth leaving alone, and I felt if I ever got back involved, especially being a grown man now today, that God would, not even the God, it just Satan would turn on me, you know what I mean, and take me under, you know. And that's how he do. A lot of us want to blame God, you know what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, it's Satan that really wants to destroy us, you know what I mean, and he will give you things, make you comfortable, make you happy, you know what I'm saying, but those will also be tools to set your ass up for death. Remember that. Satan, man, will give you everything you want, you know. And Snoop Dogg, he made a song, "Murder Was the Case." You know what I mean? We don't say who in reference, who was it in reference of, but same scenario. You know what I'm saying? And once you start doing the opposite, or start thinking for yourself, that's when the drama starts. You know what I'm saying? So watch out for that one. Because if you making positive moves for you, regardless if you still moving with the same individuals or not, a person shouldn't even matter. It shouldn't even matter to that person. A person should still be able to love you, man. You know what I mean? And move on and see you prosper in whatever your venue or whatever you decided and selected for yourself in life. You know what I mean? Your real ones will step out. The ones that still cheering you on, even when things ain't going good for them in their life, those are the ones that care about you, bro. You know what I mean? They still ain't looking for nothing. You know what I'm saying? They just praising you across the finish line, man, because it's just a good feeling to see one of their own make it across. You know what I mean? And that's how we used to think when we was in slavery, and ones got freed, no jealousy. Who was happy one made it up out, you know what I mean? Of course, we wish it was us, you might have wished it was you or whatever, but like I say, jealousy is a built thing, you know. If I bring a hamburger to one of my kids or whatever, and that child ends up doing nanny, 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 and want to parade with that hamburger in front of the other several children, then now that child has created jealousy within its own siblings. You see what I'm saying? We got to stop doing that. Share with your people, man. You know what I mean? You should want to see your folks shine more than you shine if you're the one who's bringing it in. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be there for you. You know what I'm saying? But for some, they don't have that structure. You know what I mean? And no, we can't take care of everybody. But if everybody thought like this, then everybody will get taken care of. You see? But we got to constantly continue to preach and teach this to our young. You know what I'm saying? So that way they can continue to pass the message on to their young. This is the only way generational curses is going to change. We have to start dabbling into the time zone and messing with the shit, throwing the shit off, man, throwing it off. Just throw it off. I'm going to feed my kid fruit. I'm not going to feed it no meat, throw it off. You want to see long life? You want to see your kid live longer than you? Throw it off. Don't feed it what you eat. Give everything off the earth. You know what I mean? Teach them things differently, man. Don't give them the same information that you was given. It's not even good to even tell them that you experienced some bad information. Because with this day and age, they'll turn around and use it. You know what I mean? You just want to give them the best, man. You know what I mean? And try to keep certain things out of their head so that way they don't second guess you and want to go against you. And sometimes we could tell our kids too much about things that we've done with ourselves in life, and then we want to expect them to change overnight. You know what I mean? When the change should just be given to them, period, and nothing else on top of it. Just what you want to see, period. Oh yeah, your dad used to gang bang and whoopty whoop nah. Get away from that. Like, you could tell them like, yeah, I got involved, but it was stupid. Immediately get to that. Don't get to the glorifying and the good times that we're involved in right off at the beginning, because those are things that they're going to stick to, and that's going to keep them in that realm. You know what I mean? Because that's the main thing they wanted to stick to. They want to find anything that will give them favor in what they want to do. You know what I mean? And the thing is not to give it. Don't say, hey, what you enjoyed about jail or none of that. Because these kids today think that even going to jail is a rites of passage or something. And I've been to Wayside, from 108 station to 77 to all that old, but the politics the same. Ain't nothing gonna change. It's all on repeat. You know what I mean? And to lose years and years and be locked up in some shit like that, then come out and hit the real world and find out that you so behind, man. I mean, that's what they're doing to us, man. You know what I mean? And they don't give a damn about you prancing and parading around and believing that this is the way to go, because they making money off you, and you calling home and, and getting more money and they making more money off you. You know what I'm saying? When your family put money on your books, all that, they taxing all that. Making the food prices higher than what, hey, like I said, they taxing all that. They control all that. You know what I mean? But that's not where we need to be. We need to be out on these streets with our people, man. So I hope many of you get this message. I hope many of you pass it along. This is coming from a brother that been in the streets. You know what I mean? I ain't look for no reputable name because, see, that wasn't my mission. My mission was my mission. You know what I mean? And that was it. You know what I mean? And solo is the best way to ride. Let nobody tell you nothing different. 'Cause you can't trust nobody. That's real. You know, that's the life you're gonna live. Roll solo then. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you can't trust nobody but you. I lost friends because of what somebody else done did. You know, I don't care if they was drunk, out their mind, whatever the case is. You just can't control what the next person gonna do. You know what I mean? So it's just best to roll with yourself at the end of the day, man. You know what I mean? Supposed to stay up out the way. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them gonna say that they're gonna let you see the cool side of it and all. And and the less that you gonna hear, the lesser part that you're gonna hear is all the bad things. You know what I mean? But ain't nothing like seeing your homeboy stabbed up after he didn't got shot. You know what I'm saying? Somebody came into the mortuary and ICE picked him up and the whole nine, nigga. You know, that was pretty much it for me, bro. You know what I mean? That set off a trigger. So, you know, you can stay around until some stuff like that hits you, man, and make you turn into this sick individual for a second until you realize you got children out there in the life, and whatnot. Now you want to, do what you can to pull them back from it, And all of you gonna have a child at some point, At least I hope you do, because that's when you get to see what life is all about, why it's worth living. You know what I'm saying? To see my kids get 21, bruh, you know what I mean? Grandkids, like I say, none of that was thought of. Me and my homeboy, Dopey be talking about that shit, from time to time, man. And my homeboy, Rodney and shit. My guy brother Turtle, man, we be talking about this shit, bro. Like, we never, ever imagined having kids or grandchildren. So when those come into play, life changes, bro. A lot of cats fall back, and that's why a lot of you youngsters sometimes, y'all don't get that constant input from your OGs. A lot of us then moved on and, got families living the life and just hoping that you are looking at the examples, basically going off what you see and see what it's all about. But some of you need to be told, this is what it is. When you be 16, 17 years out there young in the streets, end up having a child, and that's when real life start to hit. You know what I mean? Mama died, daddy died. Now you gotta pay rent. Now you gotta pay bills. It's when you become a man. When you become a woman. And all those other things become secondary. So that's why I'm here again telling you, let's start young, let's start early, getting our people back to loving each other, being there for each other, watching each other's backs, and stop this being against each other, because we're born on different side of the tracks. Key word, we're just born on different side of the tracks. Born with no true understanding of what the beef was. Don't know if it ended. Don't know why it has continued. You just have joined. And you have made this self-created hate within yourself. That's what you've done. You can bullshit yourself if you want to, but that's what you've done. And you've hung around, and you to the point to where you've seen some things happen, and now you even validated that hate more. Where's your self-control?